Well, good Tuesday evening to you. My name is Ron. This is Christians Aren't Sheep, because this is where the eagles gather. Spread their wings for a few minutes. Meditate on God's Word. And have a good beverage here. Got a slice of lemon and some whole cloves. Makes a very nice tea. Oh, yeah. So, last night, we were in Deuteronomy right now. And a lot of Deuteronomy is a recap of the book of Numbers. But I'm finding some interesting things to read. So last night was in chapter 4, that there's only one God. And then I'm perusing over a few more chapters here that reiterate the book of Numbers about the Israelites' travels through the desert. But then I came across the giving of tithes in chapter 14. Very interesting. I don't know if I've ever heard a preacher preach on tithes this way. Let's give it a go. You must set aside a tithe of your crops, 1/10 of all the crops you harvest each year. Bring this tithe to the designated place of worship, the place the Lord your God chooses for his name to be honored, and eat it there in his presence. This applies to your tithe of grains, new wine, olive oil, and the firstborn males of your flocks and herds. Doing this will teach you always to fear the Lord your God. Now, when the Lord your God blesses you with a good harvest, the place of worship he chooses for his name to be honored might be too far for you to bring the tithe. If so, you may sell the tithe portion of your crops and herds, put the money in a pouch, and go to the place the Lord your God has chosen. When you arrive, you may use the money to buy any kind of food you want: cattle, sheep, goats, wine, or other alcoholic drink. Then feast there in the presence of the Lord your God and celebrate with your household. And do not neglect the Levites in your town, for they will receive no allotment of land among you. At the end of every 3rd year, bring the entire tithe of that year's harvest and store it in the nearest town. Give it to the Levites, who will receive no allotment of land among you, as well as to the foreigners living among you, the orphans and the widows in your towns, so they can eat and be satisfied. Then the Lord your God will bless you in all your work. In all the churches I've ever gone to, all they want is your money. I don't know, do you have any preachers out there that preach to bring your tithe in the form of food and drink so that you can celebrate and eat your tithe? I never have. But that is a very cool concept. That is something to chew on in that reading, that we're allowed to enjoy our tithe. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that we don't give money to worthy causes. But God, in most of the places that I've been reading in the Bible, when it comes to giving of your means, it's to help orphans and widows. That's it. It doesn't say to go help the ones that could help themselves if they weren't lazy. Yeah. I thought that was a very interesting little read. You think about it. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Love to hear from you. And other than that, you have yourself a fabulous Tuesday night. God willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.